We are going to share our Playa del Carmen budget with you, but first, go get yourself a drink or go refill it and then come and sit with us. We're going to go over our budget with you.
So we have just finished up 1 month here in Playa del Carmen, and it was a great month. We got out, tried a lot of different restaurants, went to some beautiful beaches. We have put out a lot of different info on the beaches here in Playa del Carmen. If you have not watched that, please check out that video. It is on our channel. We took an incredible trip to Bacalar, where they have an incredible lagoon with the most
fun.
Yeah, it sure was. It had the most beautiful blue water I have ever seen in my life. If you have not seen that video, it is also on our channel. So as you know, as we go through with our cost of living videos, we have 6 different categories. Now, before we even get started, I want to let you know that we did not put Bacalar, the trip, the Airbnb, the bus tickets, or the sailboat trip that we took. We did not include that in our month of expenses, but we will tell you how much that little side trip costs right at the very end.
Keep watching, because at the end of our video, we're going to give you a tour of this Airbnb that we stayed in here in Playa del Carmen.
So the 6 categories that we put everything into when we are keeping track of our expenses for every location are our accommodations, which that includes our Airbnb or hotels, whatever we decide to go with. Restaurants, so every time that we go out to eat, everything is included in that category. Groceries, of course. Entertainment, and that includes all of our adult beverages, going out for cocktails, shopping, if we decide to take any different tours, if we want to go get pedicures or massages, anything like that kind of gets lumped into the entertainment category. Next we have transportation, so that includes Ubers and taxis and bus fare, just different things like that. We do not include our airfare in any of these budget videos, because that is something that
It's just very subjective to everybody.
Yeah, it's going to vary greatly depending on the time of year, how early you book, the deals that you find. So yeah, so we just don't include that in our budget. So just keep that in mind. We have our general category. Our general category is sort of our general and recurring costs. Okay, so that is going to include our health insurance, our life insurance, our cell phone plan if we get one at the location that we are staying. Netflix, our VPN, or our virtual private network. I'll talk about that a little bit here in just a second.
So our first expense is our accommodations. That's our Airbnb for the month. And the total for our Airbnb was $1,364.87.
Yeah, this one was a little higher than our other ones. One of the things that we kind of discovered about Playa del Carmen is that it's a little expensive.
A little bit more so than some of our other locations.
It is. There are a lot of expats here. Their tourism is just huge here in general in the Playa del Carmen, Tulum, and Cancun area. So I think that has a lot to do with the elevated prices. So that was something that we definitely noticed, that things are a little more expensive here.
But we really like this one. This one was a good fit for us. It had a lot of different facilities that we had the opportunity to use and enjoy, and we really loved the location. That was perfect. We were within walking distance from everything, which was great, and that's something that's a bit of a learning curve for us. Finding an Airbnb that's close to a grocery store so that you don't have to pay for an Uber or a cab every time you want to go grocery shopping.
That's huge.
That was big.
That's huge.
But like I said, that was a learning curve for us. We had to figure that out while we were out on the road after we'd already made some reservations. So really like this place, love the location, love all the facilities. It was a good fit for us.
Yeah, it really was. There was 3 major grocery stores that were one block away from us. We are 3 blocks away from the famous Quinta Avenida, and 6 blocks no, like 4 blocks away from the beach.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're really close. You can beautiful view from the rooftop. You'll see that here in a second in the Airbnb tour. You can see the beach from the roof. It's just, we loved it. It was a beautiful place. All right, our next category is restaurants. And we found a lot of very diverse cuisine here at Playa del Carmen. There was incredible Thai food. There was Italian food.
So there's pretty much everything because it's such a huge tourist destination. There was a lot
Yes.
of international cuisine here, more so than some of the other cities we've been in,
Yeah, absolutely.
which
And
was super fun to try out.
it was. And of course, the incredible Mexican food that is still here too. I know that we definitely had more than our fair share of delicious marquesitas. In the evenings, we would run over and get some of those. Absolutely delicious. We love those things. They're so wonderful. But we really enjoyed all the restaurants.
Yeah, so much so that this month was a little higher than some of our other restaurant.
Yeah,
some of our other restaurant
budgets.
yeah,
Yeah.
our budgets.
Yeah, that was a comment I made right before we hit record on the camera. I was like, Melissa, look at how much we spent on restaurants. So keep that in mind. You are able to keep that cost down if you choose to do so. We did go out quite a bit while we were here. So the grand total for 1 month in Playa del Carmen for restaurants was $913.93. Told you it was a little high.
Our next category is groceries, and for 1 month we spent $419.19 on groceries. Like we were saying before, we actually went out to eat quite a bit this month. We didn't cook at home probably as much as we should, but we enjoyed being out and just trying a bunch of different things, and coming from smaller towns in Wisconsin where we couldn't get some of the things that we could get here, and from some of our other locations, it was really fun to go out to eat. So our grocery bill was a little low this month. Our restaurant bill was a little high this month.
But we had fun. All right, so our next category is entertainment. And like I mentioned just a second ago, that's kind of one of our catch-all categories. It includes all adult beverages, all of our cocktails when we go out. If we buy any bottles of adult beverages at different stores, that goes into that category.
Home.
Yeah, to bring home. It is cheaper when you do it that way. Any shopping that we do, if we buy any souvenirs or if we buy any clothing, things like that. Tours that we do at our location, as well as if we go out and get pedicures or massages or anything like that. So for the entire month here in Playa del Carmen, for entertainment, we spent $314.44.
So for our transportation category, our 1 month total came to $26.19.
I like that.
Yeah, that one was our lowest expense. So that was just the ADO bus trip from the Cancun airport here to Playa del Carmen to our Airbnb. Since we've been here, we have not needed to Uber anywhere. We've been able to walk to all the places we go out to eat to, all the grocery stores. Anytime that we go shopping, we've gotten together with some friends. We've been able to walk to all the beaches. Everything has been walking, which has been great so that we can eat more and drink more. But our transportation costs have been very, very low this time.
Yeah, this location was fantastic for that. All right, so for our last category is another one of those that kind of has several things included in it. It is our general and our recurring cost category. Okay, so that is kind of another little catch-all. And what we include in the general recurring cost category is our health insurance, which we use a nomadic lifestyle type health insurance called Safety Wing Insurance. That covers us just in case we have any type of medical emergency whatsoever. Pretty much everything. COVID, the whole bit. That is covered under our Safety Wing policy. If you want to check them out, I'll leave a link down in the description. You can check that out. Their pricing is on there. It's pretty straightforward. Very easy website to use. Our life insurance, I won't go into detail on that, but we include our life insurance in that category. Our cell phone plans again for the entire month, unlimited social media data and unlimited talk and text to Mexico and the United States and I think 3 gigs of data for like Google Translate, Google Maps, stuff like that. For both of us, for the entire month, $20 US, which is absolutely fantastic. Of course, Netflix is in there. We got to have Netflix. Our VPN, our virtual private network. Okay, so when you are out and you are traveling, you're going to be using a lot of public Wi-Fi hotspots. Okay, so that means that when you're using those, your data, everything that you're transmitting and receiving, is exposed. So what a virtual private network does is it encrypts all of your data going out of your device and all of the data coming into your device, making it safe for you to use the airport Wi-Fi, the coffee shop Wi-Fi, your hotel public Wi-Fi, all of these things. Okay, so I will leave a link to the description for SurfShark. That's who we use for our virtual private network. That the link to SurfShark will be down in the description below as well. And then of course I said the Adobe subscription for photograph editing. So that wraps up our general and recurring costs, and the grand total for the general recurring costs was $266.75.
So the grand total for 1 month here in Playa del Carmen for 2 people is $3,305.77. So that breaks down to a cost per day for 2 people for $110.18, or per person $55.09. So as Jason mentioned, we did not include our 2-night stay in Bacalar. That was additional costs that we just didn't factor into this monthly budget video.
Yeah, it was something that we really wanted to go do. The water in Bacalar is the most spectacular I have ever seen in my life. If you have not watched the video or not been to Bacalar, if you come out in this area, I highly recommend you take a little side trip to Bacalar.
It's worth it.
Yeah,
it really
it was
is.
absolutely worth it. We did show the Airbnb that we stayed in Bacalar. We gave a tour of that as well, and that is in our Bacalar video on our channel, so go check that out if you want. So our Airbnb was for 2 nights there in Bacalar. It was a nice little place. A wonderful breakfast was served every morning at a community table outside in like a jungle-like setting. It was beautiful, absolutely lovely. So the 2 nights at the Airbnb in Bacalar came to $178.69. We purchased 2 bus tickets on ADO, and this is for 2 round-trip tickets. The bus trip was about 4 hours each way. It was incredibly comfortable. It was a nice, comfortable ride, air-conditioned buses. 2 bus tickets round-trip from Playa del Carmen on ADO to Bacalar came to $65.60. Now that's for both round-trip tickets. And then we had a special activity that we did while we were in Bacalar. We took a sailboat trip, which we absolutely loved.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, just getting to check out that lagoon, amazing. So our sailboat tour ended up being $136.55. Now we went out for 3 hours with Alejandro, the captain, but we could have stayed for longer. We were just in a bit of a time crunch because we had to catch our bus going back. We had one more restaurant that we wanted to try before we left for the day, or before we left Bacalar, so we ended up having to leave. But it was such a wonderful trip. So the grand total for our 2 days in Bacalar was $380.84.
So let me take you on a little tour of our Airbnb and show you some of the things that we fell in love with while we stayed here.
All right, so that wraps up our cost of living for 1 month here in Playa del Carmen. I'm not gonna lie, even though this is a very touristy city, I kind of the way I described it to one of our friends that is a local, lives here, pretty much lived here most of their life, is it's kind of like a beachside, beautiful, touristy United States city met a Mexico City, and they had a baby, and that is what we call Playa del Carmen. It was very comfortable here. There was a lot of English spoken. It was very easy to get around. Of course, we do know just basic phrases. Just attempting the local language goes a long way, doesn't it? So if you're coming down, even if you don't know any Spanish, just learn some basic phrases. It's just a very polite thing to do. It's a wonderful thing to do anytime you go to a foreign country. It's just very well received.
We had a really good time here in Playa del Carmen. There's a lot to do, especially spending a whole month here. There was ferries you can catch to go over to Cozumel for the day. There's incredible snorkeling and diving off of Cozumel, and shopping and eating over there. It's really beautiful. We've been before and just really enjoyed this area. Boatloads of beaches to be on, and a ton of things to see, a ton of things to eat, lots and lots of places to shop. It was fun. It was different. It was enjoyable. It was really cool. One of the things that I remember Jason and I talking about just walking down in some of the heavily touristy areas, hearing all kinds of different languages being spoken. It was cool to hear a lot of different people from around the whole globe here in this exact place with us, enjoying this beautiful place together. We loved it. We had a fabulous time.
So we are almost finished with our 6-month tour of Mexico. Our last location is coming up next. I can't believe it's here already. It seems like just yesterday we just got here. But our last location is going to be Merida, Mexico. It is the capital city of the Yucatan state. We are going to be heading there very, very soon. So we will see you from there.
If you guys are liking our videos, please think about subscribing. Please like or thumbs up our videos. We really appreciate it. It's really helping out our little baby channel. And all the people that are sticking with us, leaving us comments of encouragement, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. We love hearing from you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching our video and sticking with us.
We love it. Salud.
Cheers.
See you in Merida.
Hold on just a second. Coming to you live from Playa del Carmen. I always feel like somebody's watching me.
All right.
I might need some more to cheers.
I got you, kid. More to cheers. Don't you tapping that lid on me.
I need some more.